A lot of people keep on asking me, why doesn't the Jamaica Premier League extend it to 20 teams? But yesterday's 10-2 demolition from Arnet Garden to Spanish Town Football Club showed exactly why that cannot work. We already have a massive quality gap, and some people still want us to bring more teams from Tier 2 into the Jamaica Premier League. Make it make sense.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz. I hear that. Don't know something that Gunnaz will say, but big up Gunnaz.
Hello and welcome back to the Gunnaz podcast. I'm your host, Dicanio, an Arsenal fan who covers everything Reggae Boys and local football. If you enjoy the content that I do here, remember to hit the like button and also to hit the subscribe button. Every single video I do on this channel must get to 200 likes, and we're on a goal to 6,000 subscribers before the end of this month. So just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, people, just before I begin the video, if you guys notice, those of you guys who are in the diaspora, you will see that I have a whole lot of products attached to my videos. So it's a new feature in YouTube that allows us to basically showcase products, and obviously we will get a commission as YouTubers. So if you see anything there that you like and you already wanted to buy, feel free to just go on those products in the section, click on the link, buy it from there, and you'll be helping yourself and also helping me as well. So go ahead, if you see anything that you like in the product section right under the video, you can feel free to hit it, look at anything you like, whether it's jewelry, football, clothing, anything at all. And if you want anything, if you want me to source anything for you and provide you with that link to buy it, you can also feel free to contact me and let me know in the comment section, and I'll attach it in my next video. Thank you, guys. So let's head right into the first part that I want to talk about, with the reality of a 14-team structure in the Jamaica Premier League. Right now, the JPL has 14 teams, and even with that, the quality difference between the top and the bottom is very huge. Just think about the quality that Mount Pleasant holds compared to the quality that the Spanish Town Police holds. Very, very different quality, right? And every year, the same handful of clubs dominate the league. It's almost very similar who the top 6 is going to be, and the rest are fighting just not to get embarrassed. However, you still have fans, stakeholders, and even shareholders who are calling to expand the league to 20 teams. It sounds good on paper, but in reality, it would destroy whatever competitiveness is left in Jamaican football. After the game, Spanish Town Police was asked about how do they move forward after getting 10-2 from Arnet Garden. They're 2 points. After about 11 games, they have 2 points. And the coach really had nothing else to say other than, hey, we need quality. Right now, all of our funds are depleted. We can't compete. We have no money. And in order to get quality players, you have to have money to pay those quality players, right? So,
Coach, how much do you fear that the players currently right now are not interested in the overall program going on?
I don't know if they're not interested, because if they're not interested, they wouldn't be here. We just need to fix some things, and we have to work at it. We're in for the long haul, and we hope that things will get better.
Coach, we spoke again last Sunday about the need for finance to help in jumpstart the team. If this is a great example of why that finance is needed?
Yes, very much, because we need to get better players, but better players come with a cost, and we don't have the resources. As I said again, 11 games down, and all our funds are depleted. We have no fund.
right? So if this is Spanish Town Police saying this, a team that was newly promoted, imagine what other teams in Tier 2 would be saying if they were to come up and play in the Jamaica Premier League, right? And the scoreline alone just proved it. Since they've been in the Premier League, them get 5 already, them get 4 already, and now them come get 10 to the people. This is not a good look on the league. If a team is consistently getting these high scores throughout the campaign, a newly promoted team like them coming out of the league and get beaten by a 10-2 by an established top team. 10 goals, 2 replies. That is not competitive football, people. That is a mismatch, and it will continue to happen throughout the season. So imagine adding 6 more teams from tier 2, many of who aren't technically, physically, or tactically, or even structurally good enough to play in the top flight. You're going to get score lines like that on a regular occasion. Sponsors don't want that. Fans don't want that. And players will not benefit from playing these easy games, right? And the part that a lot of people avoid when it comes to the Jamaica Premier League is that player pay is already too low, right? This is the part that nobody likes to talk about. Jamaican Premier Leagues are not paid, or Jamaican Premier League players are not paid enough to survive. If we're going to be honest, unless you're at a top club like a Pleasant or a Mobi with real funding, you're not going to make a livable salary. Most players have a second job just to pay bills. Training schedules have to be worked around player shifts. And even though clubs can't really pay players well, they still want them to come in during hours. They want them to train 2 times a day, right? How can a player do that knowing that he's not going to be paid well enough to support himself or his family, right? Clubs can't offer full-time football conditions because the money is just not there, right? So adding more teams is adding more of those problems. Any one of you guys who want the league to expand to 20 teams, how are you going to expand it to 20 teams when we can't even pay the 14 teams properly? 20 teams mean probably more games, right? Last year, they struggled to keep up with payments for the referees, right? It's just not feasible. More teams equal more salaries that the federation and sponsors cannot cover. More teams equals even weaker squads because the best players already flock to the clubs that can actually pay, right? If players can't train full time, they cannot perform full time. And that's why the gap between the top of the Jamaica Premier League and the bottom keeps getting wider. Why on that? Now, the next thing we're more of really sinking on the brain is why 20 teams would really collapse the quality of the league, which is very important, especially since the owner of the PFJL, Owen Hill, wants to send a whole lot of players out of the Premier League per year. That's what he said last season, that he wants to send at least 5 to 10 players out each year to different clubs, right? Well, the first reason is that the talent pool is already thin. Quality players in the Jamaica Premier League, they are not a lot, right? Expanding means filling rosters with players who are not ready for top flight football. Then you have infrastructure issues. Most tier 2 clubs don't even have proper facilities. They don't have proper coaching setups. We already have scheduling issues and facilities issues and homegrown issues with those that are in the 14. Imagine have to sort out all of that in a disorganized PFJL with 20 teams. It's just not feasible and it's not going to happen. The third point, more teams and the same money. Sponsors aren't increasing funding, and stretching the budget is going to be killing small clubs. The players will suffer the most. And then for us fans, we're going to have less competitive matches. Yeah, it's all right if every now and then your side drop 5 and every now and then your side drop 6. But if we're to be really honest, the games that are so one-sided, they are not exciting. Yes, it goes down in history, but it is not an exciting affair. We more love to see a 2-1, a 3-2, a 4-3 than to see a side just get full up every week. That drives down viewership and sponsorship interest. The next point, players' development really suffer. If players can't train full time because they have to have a job, them can't improve. Expansion makes that worse. It doesn't make it better. Another point is that you have to lower the standards and hurt the entire ecosystem of the football. If half the league is semi-professional and the next half is operating, or not even the next half, the next third is operating as a professional outlet at best, then the product will decline. Zine, And the hard truth for the crowd that are saying, yo, you need to expand the league. This is Jamaica. This is not England. We don't have hundreds of fully professional clubs with stable fundings, proper facilities, their own stadium. The JPL is fighting for financial stability, proper wages, and consistent professionalism. And expansion does not fix that. It exposes those deep-rooted problems. So why keeping 14 teams is the best move? That's what a lot of people will ask me when we tell them, say, yo, bro, you're not making sense when you tell me, say, yo, it needs to expand to 20. No, this is why. It keeps everything tight. It keeps the league competitive. It's a manageable league when there are 14 teams. And it's the best thing for Jamaica right now. A similar league would be the Austrian Bundesliga that has lesser teams, but they run their league a little bit different. And I think Owen Hill, Rudolph, Speid, and those planning the leagues could look into that type of thing to make it even more competitive. So there is like a relegation playoff and also a promotion playoff. So by having that, even though the quality gap is higher up here and lesser down here, you still keep that competitiveness, even though they're all playing each other. At the end of the season, instead of having a promotion playoff for the winners, you also have a relegation playoff for those with lesser quality, right? It's more games or slightly more games. You keep the quality, especially at the end of the season. You have teams at similar levels playing against each other in playoffs, whether to get relegated or to stay in the league, right? That is something that can help with the excitement as well. Zed? No, those points that I just made as to why we should keep 14 teams is the best move. It's going to help with the overall quality of the league. More competitive fixtures are going to be played. Less financial strain on the football clubs. Potential higher wages for fewer players instead of tiny wages for more players. A product that sponsors actually want to support. And a league where players can build careers and not just juggle football with a 9-to-5, right? The growth of the league must be strategic and not reckless. And seeing these score lines just helps me to double down on that. So before anybody again start shouting about 20 teams, remember yesterday's 10-2 result. Remember that this can be a common and has been a common occurrence ever since Spanish Town has come into the league. Remember that the players who can't get a proper wage, how will that work if them have 20 teams in the league? Remember that the league is still trying to raise the standards and not lower them. If we want the league to grow, we have to strengthen the 14 that we have and not stretch the league thin. That is what I have to share for you guys today. So share your thoughts below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that result in general. Like, it's a very, very embarrassing result. It's not a good look on the league. They get 10. They've gotten 5 in the past. They've gotten 4. They're only on 2 points from 11 games, right? And yet still people still want. It's okay if it's 14 and you only have 1 league in the team. We get that. But imagine if you add 6 more of those teams. What will the league look like, right? So yeah, man, people. That's it for this video. Share your thoughts below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm pretty sure there are ways that you could counter my argument, like potentially saying, well, if you add 6 more teams, those are 6 more teams playing against 6 more teams. That's where they could possibly pick up some points. A relegation battle could be a little bit sweeter, or a relegation battle could involve more teams than it currently does. But at the end of the day, I still don't think it is going to be worth it. But that's my opinion. Share your thoughts below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz. I hear that. Don't know some of the Gunnaz myself, but big up Gunnaz.